To avoid end grain tear out when you're using the router table, try doing a climb cut halfway across the board and stop, bring the rod out, put it back to the fence and finish out your cut. One thing to be careful when you're doing a climb cut is be sure you have the board supported with a miter gauge or something else, because the bit will grab it and shoot it out if you're not holding it really tight. Just trying to hold it with your hands is probably not adequate. I've got a dent in my CNC desk where I tried that and the bit grabbed it and shot it out. That was a full depth cut in one pass, and you can see I got virtually no tear out. There's just a tiny bit. Actually, no, that's not even tear out. That is just a little burr that needs to be sanded off. One thing to keep in mind when you're doing a climb cut is start to feed slowly, because if you jam it into the bit at full speed, you can still get tear out even doing a climb cut. When you're routing a profile on the router table, if you end up with a little bit of bit burn, try making one more pass without changing the position of the fence or the height of the bit, and you can usually cut that cut the burn right on off. If you're making doors, cutting rails and stiles on your router table using a rail and stile bit combination, I recommend using a coping sled with a sacrificial block to prevent getting tear out on the back of your rail when you do the end cut. If you don't have a coping sled, you can use a push board. Your push board will be your sacrificial block, and it'll also give you some stability as long as your push board is wide enough so your rail won't be twisting on you. And when you hold them tight together, it will prevent tear out when the bit comes through the end. You just cut on into the sacrificial board. This is the back side, this is the end, and there's no tear out. Just a few little fuzzy burrs that need to be sanded off.